Cool. All right. Well, all right. I got the key. We'll go for a drive.
Take two. There you go.
There we go. Like we know what we're doing. Welcome to Gearhead Syndrome. I got my good friend Isaac here. He's helped out in a few videos before. I've been meaning to show this for a while. It's almost going away in storage. What are you driving, Isaac?
I'm driving 1987 Porsche, or Porsche as some would say, 944S.
So this is a 944. What has it got for a drivetrain in it?
It's got 2.5 4-cylinder, no turbo. This is the 16 valve motor, whereas the non-S versions would have a 8 valve. It's a little bit more power, a little bit more torquey.
Okay, so these are 16 valve. What do these make for power?
It's about 190, 195, depending on where you check your sources when they're new. So
okay.
So this, back in the day, this was quick.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Some car reviewers reviewed the turbo and said nobody will ever need more than 240 horsepower in a car. So, but look at us now.
Yeah, I know.
Hellcats with 700 horsepower.
We're spoiled for power now, but you know what? New cars don't feel the same as these old ones.
No, it's
the analog lightweightness you get that you just can't find anymore.
Very
still
mechanical.
makes a lightweight sports car. The Miata and the GT86, BRZ.
Yeah, that hopefully is good for a while. I really like those cars.
What else is left?
There's not a lot for small
lightweight ones.
Yeah,
like you get into the muscle car sizes, then there's a bit more choice still.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But power nowadays is not a luxury, especially with the electric car. So I feel like having 200 horsepower on a lightweight car it's fun.
Having driven a Caterham just around here before, horsepower is child stuff. Like kids love horsepower.
Yeah.
But once you really get into driving, you want lightweight.
Yeah,
that's more important than anything.
Driving feel, lightweight, handling. This is the strong suit on this car is really the handling.
So they're well known for these wheels. I'm trying to remember this correctly, but these are called phone dial.
Yeah, those are phone dials. Yeah.
Which for the kids is when you had to actually like spin your finger in the phone to get the number you wanted, and if you wanted a 9, you'd spin all the way around. It would click 9 times. And what's in it for transmission? Is it a 5-speed?
It's a 5-speed. Yeah.
Is it? Am I correct in remembering that it's mounted in the back?
Yes, it's a transaxle transmission.
It's like a torque tube.
Yeah. It balances the car very well. Puts more weight out in the back.
Do you know the weight distribution of these?
It's very close to 50-50.
Yeah.
It's like 49-51 or something like that. It's really, really close.
Very cool. I love the little details. There's Porsche engraved into the aluminum handles here.
Yeah.
It's not plastic.
No, and the handle feels really good. It's got a little latch behind it. You pull and the door opens, and it almost sounds like a vault when the door closes. So
that's so it's got a massive rear window.
Mm-hmm.
And I see these don't do very well with the heat.
Is this
an aftermarket?
I think that's an aftermarket tint. I want to rip that all out eventually.
Well, you just got this a few months ago, and you travel a lot for work, so you've driven it as much as you can this year. I know that, but this is kind of like a starting point for you.
Yeah, I really haven't done much to it. There's a lot to be done. I'm sure further on in the video we'll see every like 5 minutes or so like, oh, we need to fix this, oh, we need to fix that. So just off the top of my head, it's got a leaky sunroof. That's probably the worst thing.
What? I don't see any evidence of a leak here.
It's got cloud drains in the back window here, so I just gotta fix that.
Oh, so you get a little swimming pool for mosquitoes to propagate here?
The latch on the
really nice wing though.
Trunk just holds on one end. Oh, yeah, that wing is foam. So
what?
Yeah.
Look at that.
back in the day, some cars had foam wings, so these
That's
were
crazy.
one of them.
I don't want to move it too much if you're cracking it, but that is so cool. That is not the factory
Bumper.
North American bumper.
No, and it's not. It wasn't factory anywhere. It's some eBay bumper that someone put on there, and I actually really like the look of it.
It looks much better than
It's
than
very
all the factory.
Volkswagen Corrado.
Yeah, kind of the hot rod thing, like shaving the rear bumper on a pickup truck or something.
Yeah, it goes down a lot lower. The stock bumpers didn't go down below the exhaust. This one does, so you got the...
Yeah, it was literally just like a little thing right here.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. And this, I like the look of this a lot better. But that was there before I bought it. I would probably never know they existed if it wasn't for that.
Yeah. And the suspension, what's is there anything unique about these for suspension? Apart from being, they're set up by Porsche, so they gotta be a reasonably good setup.
They are, torque tube suspension, torque arm suspension.
Okay.
So that's known as not being advanced at all, even back then. And it sits on Coney yellows all around, and anybody that likes the transaxle Porsches should know what those are. So they were put on by the previous owner, and it drives fairly well.
Now these are coming through like a bit of renaissance, because now that most of the 911s are like completely out of reach for people, there's certainly an appreciation for these now, because they were good cars. I know you love these transmissions.
Yes, I got two of them.
You got a backup?
I had to pick up a backup transmission.
Yeah, because I think you mentioned something with the synchros in this.
Yep. First gear. Yeah. So I want to rebuild it, but I don't want downtime with the car.
Yeah.
So I'll swap in the new transmission one day and take the old one apart and fix it up.
Cool. What's the state of the interior here?
Anyone who's owned a 944 will know that the dash is cracked really easily. So I got the 944 cracked dash.
Okay.
The seats are really good. I don't know if they've been redone. I'm really not one to tell, but they look good. And it's a red car on tan interior.
I like that combination.
I like it too. I like
feels
that
European having the tan interior.
Yeah, or a California Ferrari going down the coast or something like that. But it's just a 944.
And that is an aftermarket wheel.
It very much is. It's one of the things I want to change. I like the shape and the size, but I don't like how it's flimsy.
It looks like it belongs on a driving simulator. Which
I think
it's a driving simulator. You should put it on that and like, this is my Porsche steering wheel.
I might do that. Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
Okay, and I see the last owner or the owner before. Do you know how many owners it was?
That's a good question.
Okay, but it looks like they did some personalizations.
Oh,
here.
that wasn't the last owner. That was the one before him, or one of the. He hated the interior of the car. He said that, it's very boy eraser.
Yeah, he thought painting it himself with a red can would make it better. Okay.
Well, these at some point, when they were at their low point in their lives, they weren't really valued.
That's true. There was a point not too long ago where they were like slightly more than scrap value for these.
Yep. You could buy a Civic or you could buy this, I guess. A couple of grand would get you a 944.
And this is a 2+2?
Yeah.
For legless passengers.
Yes.
As most 2+2s are.
Well, it's comical how little room you have back there.
For 2 or 3 year olds only. Okay, let's pop the hood.
Sure.
Let's talk about this 2.5 inline 4.
Well, let's go to one of the things I need to fix on it, the gas shocks on the hood.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll just, see, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
That is a huge 4-cylinder.
Yes, and they went even bigger in the 90s. They went for a 3-liter 4-cylinder, which was the biggest.
Torquey, right?
I guess so. That's one advantage of it.
Yeah. Very cool.
I'm
going to follow along with all the stuff you're doing with this, for sure.
Yes, I'm down for that. One thing I noticed, and if anyone can answer me, prove me wrong on this, I've always wondered if the valve cover matched the interior of the car, because I've seen other ones for sale.
So the best way to get an answer from the internet is to
be
say the wrong thing. So say these always match the interiors of the car. If you got the beige interior, you got a beige valve cover. You tell us if we're wrong or not. And these all work good? They're vacuum operated, or are they? This is the motor here?
Yes, that's your overdrive, or not override.
Override. And it works both of them. They're tied together, which is nice.
Yeah, it's all with this one system.
All right, let's do some close-up shots.
Sure.
And Then we can go for a ride. You can do it. There we go. That's actually a lot of space. You don't got depth because that's where your transmission is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You could fit a human in there.
You could fit a human in there.
You're more likely to get a human.
All right.
in the trunk.
Get in. Turn the key to the right to undo you.
What?
Turn the key to the right to unlock it.
Yeah.
I guess you can still crawl at the front. It's not like getting locked in my trunk where there's no pass through to. I got locked in the Crown and there's no pass through to the rear seat. And it's electronic release only. Imagine the battery time.
Okay, I'm getting in.
Okay. Cool. All right. Oh. All right. I got the key. We'll go for a drive. Uh-oh. Okay. The fun part. To the left. There we go.
Yeah, it should lift up on its own, but it doesn't. Some Trans Ams.
Huh.
It's a neat little thing.
Yeah, a little flap there to just for fun.
It keeps oil off your paint. Keeps gas off your paint.
Oh, it's like it just has something to just catch a little bit of the. Oh, you roll it down on the
It's
bottom.
like a bib, yeah.
Oh, okay. It stays there just to catch the little drips.
Yes, the 911s
I
had
need that around my toilet. It saves so much cleanup time. I just had that catch the little drips. I'm getting older. It's lucky that's all I can get. So you got a lap timer. And that's start and stop, reset, and then that's your time. Look at that. That's what you. At least the start-finish lines are usually on a straight. But that's cool. When you open the door, it turns off. No lap timing for you whilst the passenger is getting out. Importance. Uh-oh.
You ruined it.
Uh-oh. Well, now it's got to warm up. Shit. It's going to pop out and burn a hole in your seat.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't do that. It's
I'm guessing that's not factory.
reminds me of the Carrera GT shift knob.
That's what they were going for.
They designed, little known fact about these Porsches, they designed the release hatch knobs. No, sorry. They designed the Carrera GT shift knob on the...
Based on this. yeah, the Carrera GT shift knob. And here's a quirk for you, Doug. It doesn't look like the same as the plywood looks like the beechwood. So there's a story to how when you got this.
Yes.
Was this a window switch here? Oh, power windows. Okay. I defined it. It was dangling. So when you got this, you were working 2 provinces away in a different time zone.
Yeah.
2 weeks on, 2 weeks off kind of deal, something like that. And you found this there, or at least near where the main airport was. And you decided instead of flying back on your paid flight, that you're like, you know, I'm just going to buy this and drive it back.
Yep. Sight unseen, it just happened to be a good deal.
It's like a
guy up.
16-hour drive. He drove it 1,000 miles, sight unseen.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah, good enough. I called the guy up, asked him if there was any problems, and he was really honest. A big red flag if you're buying a car and someone says, nope, nothing wrong, everything is perfect with the car. Like,
Yeah, unless it's like 2 years old. If it's a 30-year-old car and like everything's perfect, and it's like, come on.
He's like, I'll be honest, there's a bit of a power steering leak. The synchro going into first is worn out. Little stuff like that. So it felt like he was being really honest, and he was. So,
Yeah.
a little bit of luck, but
I'm just noticing it has a shift light.
it's if I floor it goes off.
Yeah.
But if I'm just constant speed, it'll come back.
It's like, hey, you can be in another gear. It knows. That's cool.
Yeah.
My Fiero had that. That was an 80s thing.
It
adjectives. There's definitely a little bit of a rattle in the exhaust there. Shit, that little plastic bit fell out of the dash again.